Hello YouTube, hello my dudes and dudettes, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, again, as usual, since I have last posted. I'm not very good at posting, as you can tell, but here we are. We are now here, and we're going to be talking about my Spring TBR. I have been in a somewhat of a book slump, like since the beginning of the year. But now that the sun is out, it feels like spring. I can see the blue sky, everything is getting warmer, flowers are blooming. I really feel in a really good book reading emotion, feeling. I'm just in a book reading mood is what I was looking for. Book reading mood. So without further ado, we are going to be going through my Spring TBR. Let's just get right into it. Oh, also my cat's here, my little lovely Maui. He's just sitting here being adorable as always. You might actually be able to see some of the books, but I'm going to try and hide those ones. Okay, so the first book that I have on my list is Will Prescribe You a Cat by Seo Ishida. I do apologize if I have absolutely butchered that name, but this is what it looks like. It is absolutely adorable. I love cats, obviously, and this just looks great. I think it's just about a clinic that prescribes specific people cats to help them in whatever problems and issues that they're having. Is nice and short as well, so I'm looking forward to reading this in spring/summer time. But it's in my Spring TBR. And then the next book in my TBR is Water Moon by Samantha Soto Yambao. This is like a new release. I think this came out earlier this year, and again, this is, I think it's another, like a Japanese writer. Is it a Japanese writer? Oh, I could be wrong. I think it is. I've heard quite a lot of good things about this book, actually. It's about a store that allows its clientele to pawn off their life choices and deepest regrets, but not everyone can actually see this store. It's only like very specific people that can actually find this shop in Tokyo. Yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that. I feel like it sounds like it has a bit of a Studio Ghibli kind of vibes to it, so I'm looking forward to reading that because I absolutely love Studio Ghibli. And again, not too long, not much of a thick book either, so looking forward to delving into this book. Let me see. So the next book I have here is again another new book that was released earlier this year. I think it was released in January, if I'm not mistaken, and that is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. This is a YA fantasy novel, and as the name suggests, it's about dragons and languages. I'm not entirely sure when it's set, but it looks, I mean, number one, that dragon looks sick. I love dragons in my fantasy books, so I'm looking forward to this. And I also like magical schools, so I'm assuming and I'm hoping that that is what this book has. It's got, you know, Language of Dragons, and I believe they I don't know, but it's got language and dragons, so I assume it's to do with dragons and being able to communicate with them. Fingers crossed, hopefully, something along the lines of that. So that is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. My little boy's having a good clean. Look at him. Hi. Oh dear. I probably disrupted his cleaning session. The next book that I have here is a bit of a thick one, and it's not one that I would associate with spring/summer time. However, having said that, I absolutely love this author and her writing style, and I just really want to finish off this trilogy, and that is none other Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is part of the Farseer trilogy. As I mentioned, this is the third book in that trilogy. She has written like plenty of other trilogies as well that are within this world, and I think there are crossovers as well within those different trilogies. This is the first trilogy within that world, and I am very much looking forward to reading this. Her writing style is so beautiful and poetic and she has some of the saddest characters ever in terms of the things that she puts them through. Basically, it's a thick one, it's a thick boy, and I also have it in my TBR because I really want to move on to her other trilogies as well. They sound really, really cool, so I really want to get into those ones. But that is Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. The next one that I have here is Recursion by Blake Crouch. Now, I have read one of his books and I thought it was okay. It wasn't like amazing in my eyes, but it was good in terms of the plot and everything, so I thought I'll give him another go with his other book. And this one is to do with people who are going through like memories that don't actually belong to them. So some people are literally going mad because they are kind of experiencing memories of people that they apparently love and their children and stuff, but actually in reality they don't know these people, so they think that they're going mad. And I guess there's like scientists and things are trying to figure out what is going on, why are these people experiencing these things. I think it's like an epidemic, so you know, a lot of people are experiencing this, which sounds really interesting, so I would like to get into this book this spring and see where the story takes me. Right, another book I have here is one that I have tried to read for, like, I've tried it 3 or 4 times at this point now, and that is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. This is a sci-fi book as part of the Expanse series. The Expanse series, I think there's like 8 or 9 books in that series now, and I love a long series. Like, I love to be part of that world, and I just want to be part of this one because I have heard nothing but like great things about this book, nothing but high praises. I've put this in my TBR a couple of times now at this point. I don't know whether it could be that this type of sci-fi isn't for me, and that's why I've not been able to get into it in the past few times I put it in my TBR and the past few times I try to read it. But I'm giving this a final go to see if this is something that I would enjoy, because I feel like it is. It's like space opera drama sci-fi thing where humans are now living on like around the solar system, on different planets, on like the belt, and there's like a mystery as well in this story that the main character is trying to solve. I don't know what the mystery is, but I want to know what the mystery is, you know? So that's why this is in my TBR, and fingers crossed this time round, 4th time's a charm or 5th time's a charm, I will get into this book. But anyway, this is in my TBR and I am looking forward to reading it. Ooh, okay, so final couple of books now, and the second to last book that I have is Catherine Center, The Rom-Commers. So I wanted to put something that's a bit more light-hearted, not to do with sci-fi, not to do with fantasy, and just something that should be an easy read. I have read The Bodyguard by Catherine Center, and I really enjoyed her writing, and I really enjoyed that, and I liked that it was a closed door, is that what it's called, where there's no spice, like there's, at least not on the page, in that book that I read before, The Bodyguard, and I'm assuming this is going to be the same. I have no idea, maybe I should have googled it myself, but hey ho. And I don't really know what this is about. Let's have a quick read. Emma has a chance to rewrite a screenplay with her hero, Charlie, and even better, it's a rom-com, which is Emma's dream come true. However, Charlie doesn't believe in love at all and turns out to be kind of a jerk. So I guess there's going to be some, obviously, rom-commers, so romance comedy in here, which I'm looking forward to reading. I might read this nearer the end of spring going into summer. I feel like this is a kind of book for that. However, having said that, like I mentioned earlier, it is very sunny right now, very springy, and I'm loving it so much, so maybe I'll read it like, you know, mid-spring or something like that. But that is Catherine Center, The Rom-Commers. And then the final book that I have on my TBR for spring is Abby Jimenez, Say You'll Remember Me. Now, this book I think was released earlier this month, 1st of April, around that time, I think, and I have read one of Abby Jimenez's book, the one that was released last year, Just for the Summer, I think it was called, and I really liked her writing. I really loved that book. It's like one of my favorite romance books, I would say, for me to come across a romance book that I actually really enjoyed and really liked the writing and really enjoyed how the writer displays their characters and like the character development and the plot line and that kind of thing. Like, it's quite rare for me to really enjoy a romance book like that, so I thought I'll give this one a go as well. It's very cute. I like the cover and I like the colours, and this one is about, so they go on a date, these two people go on a date, who is it, Xavier and Samantha. They go on a date, but then Samantha is forced to admit the truth that any kind of relationship would be impossible because of something, I don't know why. And there's some people just screaming outside. And then Samantha begs Xavier to forget her, to remember their night together as a perfect moment, as crushing as that may be. Only no amount of distance or time is nearly enough to forget that something between them, and the only thing better than one perfect memory is to make a life and even a love worth remembering. That sounds cute. I like that. That sounds cute, so I'm looking forward to reading this book as well, and that is Say You'll Remember Me. So that's it. These are the 8 books in my Spring TBR. I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is actually quite heavy, so I'm going to put this down now. Also, my cat left, so I'm quite sad about that. So that's my Spring TBR. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Let me know what's on your TBR. Are you doing a monthly one? Are you going to do a seasonal one? Let me know. And let me know what's on your list as well. And also, I'd like to know, in your TBRs, do you tend to go by kind of the seasons and what genre matches that particular season? Or do you just kind of go with whatever you want to read? You know, let me know. I would love to know all of that in the comment section down below. If there's any kind of videos that you'd like me to do, any reading vlogs, reading challenges, that kind of stuff, let me know down below as well. My hair is a mess. Oh dear. Anyway, I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.